Wow. Man, I just can't be any more proud of a group of young men than I am right now. This team, just their toughness and grit and fight, just has been unbelievable. Just the way they play from start to finish. We challenged them about starting fast and finishing strong, and man, that's exactly what we did. And to be able to, finish the game like that in 4-minute mode and run the football, and they knew that they had to stop the run, and they were not able to do that. That's just a great statement towards our offensive line, man. Hats off to Coach Hiller, offensive line, the whole group, Michael Penix, the whole offense, Nick Sheridan, calling plays, getting the team ready, defense creating just game-changing takeaways again, and playing awesome. Been a little bit sometimes, gave up some throws, but they got talented players as well. So just really blessed and thankful for this team. Thankful for the players, their buy-in, just their unselfish, mindset to everything we asked them to do. They've been through a lot. It's been tough, and I knew our schedule was going to be, difficult. We got ranked, I think, the second hardest schedule in the Big Ten, or the hard based on which one is that. We knew it was a grinder, but guys, just taking one at a time, which is all you can do. So just proud of our guys, and we put all our energy into this game, just trying to get a little bit better every single week. And I thought we improved this week, and our performance today was a reflection of that. So just proud of this team, very blessed and thankful to be the head coach of the Hoosiers. Questions?
All right, Zach, and then John Blau.
And Tom, you talked about some of it there, but I guess just have you seen the growth in your team's ability to respond? I know you talked about those kinds of drives, closing out games, drives that were methodical, drives that killed time when you needed to. You also had a couple tough reviews in the fourth quarter that went against you, and you come out of those with a touchdown and an interception on those two drives. Just where does this team get its ability, I guess, to respond in those sort of clutch situations, maybe in a way that it wasn't, when you first got here?
Yeah, it's mental toughness. It's the weight room. It's our strength staff. It's the way we practice. I thought we had the most physical practice I've ever been a part of on Wednesday this week. And, we came, the week was a different schedule because of having nothing on Tuesday with our team. So we practiced Monday night in the evening, which is different. And then had the day off. And I thought I sensed it during the meetings. We were kind of just flat from being off. And man, I went on a rampage. And I wanted to be physical regardless, but it was they responded, and that's what I told them just in the locker room. They responded to everything I challenged them to do, and it was a mean, nasty physical practice from start to finish. And guys just, actually got somebody hurt during that practice, but I just knew we had to have that mindset in this game. We had to elevate our, just the attention to details, the physicality, the way. So just it's everything we do. And at the end of the day, this is a very gritty football team. It's got a ton of toughness and a ton of fight to them, and they believe. And that's an awesome thing to see. So I think you're just seeing that in this team. And, we believe that we had to prove it, but we believe we were a better football team. I didn't care if anybody else agreed with me or not, and that's not the point. But this team believed, and they went out and proved it today in how we played.
All right, John Blau, and then Matt Weaver.
Devon Matthews, when he got that pick, it seemed like you sprinted about 20 yards or something like that and jumped up and basically tackled him. I mean, what was going through your mind at that point in time? I mean, why were you just so hyped up at that moment?
Well, I knew that was the dagger. I knew that was it. I really believed that, the way our offense was playing, that was the final thing that we had to do to secure the win. And so I just took off. Sometimes I don't really think much in those situations. That's why I got this cut on my cheek. So unfortunately his helmet hit my cheekbone. I don't think he broke it, but it doesn't feel very good right now. But bottom line is I don't really care. So I just love this team. And these guys, they work so hard, and everybody's doubted us and said this and that. And it's just so neat to see them be able to be rewarded for believing in us, for coming here. Some of these guys came here, could have gone a lot of places in the recruiting process, but they believed what I was telling them, what our staff was telling them. And we're basically doing the very thing that we said we could do, even though we hadn't done it yet. And so Devon Matthews is one of those guys. He was a guy we had to recruit really hard to get him here from the state of Florida, very gifted athlete. And he believed in us. And a whole bunch of guys in that locker room in that same situation. So, it was just a game changer. You intercept the ball like that, and that's how you win games. You make those kind of plays. So that kind of was my reaction. I was a little concerned. I've actually got some personal fouls in the past in my younger days when I've done that, and we fell down on the field. And so I was close enough to the sideline. I felt pretty good that I wasn't going to get the penalty. So I went ahead and dove on him.
All right, Matt Weaver and Bob Kravitz.
Hey, Coach, congrats.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Talk a little bit more about your defense. Up front, you guys really whipped them. They didn't do anything running the ball. They had a little part in the third quarter where they got some stuff going, but overall, your defense, from my standpoint, looks like they tackled well, got the takeaways, you got some sacks and tackles for loss. Just how pleased are you with the way this defense is playing this season?
Very pleased, but it's what I envisioned, it's what I expected. We talked about this year about being a top 10 defense, not just being top 25. I just thought this team had a chance to be special on defense and believe in what Coach Womack's doing. And we spent a ton of time together, coming up with the plan each week. And he has done a phenomenal job with this defense, and the guys have bought in, but I just think it all starts up front, and we knew going to this game, we said we have got to stop the run. And we felt like that's what they're going to try to establish. I thought the running backs are extremely talented, which they are. And so, but we eliminated the run from their game. And then at that point, we started just focusing on defending the pass, it's a talented group of guys. And I still think we got a lot more in us to keep growing and getting better. And that's what we got to do. We got to get a little bit better every single week. And that's the objective in order for us to be able to reach our full potential. But really proud of this defense. And you stop the run, you create takeaways, you're going to be tough to beat.
All right, Bob, and then Charlie Clifford.
Yeah, Tom, some of the teams that recruited Michael Penix actually didn't see him as a quarterback. They're looking at him as a safety or a corner. What made you feel like he was a quarterback for sure? And in what ways has he developed as a passer this year?
Yeah, I wasn't one of those individuals. There's certain guys you look at and you think, okay, he might play other positions. That's never once crossed my mind with Michael Penix. First of all, I'm so well connected down in Tampa. I knew the kind of player he was as a quarterback in high school. So really for us, it was just a matter of convincing him to come to Indiana, and so he was committed to Tennessee at the time, and they got a new staff came in and they didn't really recruit him very hard and make him feel like they really wanted him. And so that was to our advantage. And so we came in there really heavy on him. And I just think he was a gifted player when we got him. I think I've said this before, but he reads coverages better than I ever thought he did, because that's something that's hard to know when you recruit a kid. You can see all the arm talent, you can see all the poise, you can see the the throws he can make, off of film and all those kind of things. And Coach Sheridan had him in camp, when he was younger, when Coach was actually at Tennessee. And so we knew all those things. We knew he was a special player. We just had to convince him to come to Indiana, but once we got him here, we just started realizing, man, this kid's got some things to him that most guys don't have. As far as how quickly you can decipher a coverage, and then his natural talent takes over, the quick release, the arm strength, all those things, the accuracy. And I've learned that from Coach Dullahan. He's one of my mentors in this profession, and how you evaluate quarterbacks, and accuracy is the number one thing that he always taught me to look for in a quarterback. And that's what Michael had in high school, and that's usually what's going to carry with him. So Coach Dullahan was right once again.
All right, Charlie, then Tom Brew.
Coach, it's a little odd. That place would have been sold out today had it been normal circumstances. Do you have a sense how big of a story this is becoming, not only around Bloomington, but around the college football world?
Probably hasn't sunk in yet, and I do. That's one thing that I hate about this whole situation, that our fans can't be here. They would have tore down both goalposts, and would have been mayhem on the field, and would have been able to celebrate with them. They're a huge part of this, and so I hate that they're not able to physically be here with us. But the fact that they can celebrate it, by watching it on television and out in the streets and throughout all Bloomington is awesome. But yeah, it's like I said, I told the guys when I was on the TV a few minutes ago, I was a senior in high school the last time we beat Michigan, and I'm 50 years old now, so. That wasn't yesterday. That was several years ago. So it's been a long, long time. And we've only beaten them once in the last 53 years, now twice. And so this is something that's been a long time coming. And, I'll never forget, I sat in here a few years ago when we lost in overtime to Michigan, and the way that would hurt so bad. And, but man, I was determined that we were going to finally get these guys, and just perseverance, grit. That's what it is from everybody in this program.
All right, Tom, then Jeff Rabdowns.
Tom, that game plan offensively in the first half, you threw the ball a whole bunch. Was that the process of what was going on today, or was that the game plan all week long that you thought those opportunities would be there? And if you could also touch on the job that Nick did today, because I thought it was tremendous.
Well, first of all, I think Nick Sherrod did a phenomenal job. Just so proud of him. I picked him for a reason, but I will say this, you make that decision for a guy that's never called plays before. And, there's no question. It's a little bit of faith you're putting in him that it's not been founded because he's not physically done it before. But I did. I believed in him. And I believe that he had the talent and the skill set and the leadership qualities to lead that side of the football. And he's proved it. Today, I think was a tremendous, accomplishment for him to be able to do it against a very difficult front. They created a lot of issues, but yeah, we felt like we had to throw the football to set up the run game. That was the plan going into this thing. And that's how it played itself out. But I tell you what, we ran the ball well, and we ran the ball when we had to run the football, which to me, that's balance. Just run it when you need to, get the tough yards when you need to get them, close games out when you need to close them out, get those touchdown runs in the tight red zone. And I just thought Nick and the whole offensive staff would give them tremendous credit for the job that they did this week against a very tough defense.
All right, Ravi, and then we'll wrap with Jim Coyle.
Hey, Coach, just wanted to get your thoughts on how good was Penix today, in particular in the first half, considering what's at stake, considering Michigan's ranked, their defense traditionally is good. Just how good was Michael Penix?
I thought he was excellent. I just think he's a great football player. And that's the thing, I believed in this kid since he came here. And, obviously last year, tough competition, and he won that battle and then got injured. And I think the world of Peyton Ramsey. He's one of my all-time favorites, and just two great quarterbacks last year that both played. But just Michael's just got something special about him. His arm talent is unique, and he didn't get sacked, but part of that is him getting the ball out quick and seeing things fast and knowing where to take the football. But he just he made quick reads against a complicated situation and throwing different things at him, both up front, trying to get all the protections right, and then also, in the different coverages they were throwing at us, so they didn't just play man all the time like they've done a lot in the past. So, and he was able to get the ball to the guys that were open, and then the guys caught it. I thought our guys caught the ball extremely well today for him, and that's a big. The only drop I remember was maybe the Hendershot drop up the sideline, but we got a big play from Freifel the very next play. So, but bottom line is Penix is a special player, and to me, you got to have a great defense, and you got to have a special quarterback to do great things at this high of a level. And, the offensive line is coming together, and this team is just growing every single week.
All right, Jim Coyle, last one.
Coach, you've talked about the enormity of this situation, and I can, sitting from the seat in the press box here, I can see Rice sat in the stands in 1987. But I remember the feeling then was one of hope and maybe and this and that. Today, there was no doubt. There was complete confidence from this team from start to finish. Talk about the difference that this team has to have that mental attitude to play these kind of games.
Well, we really kind of shifted our approach, with how we talked to our guys this week. Just because, we're, I don't ever talk about being ranked 13th, but I just talk about us being in a position of expectation. This is where we expect it to be, and how you're going to handle it. When you're, ranked higher than Michigan for the first time in a long time. Maybe I think it was even since the last time we beat them. So just how do you handle that? How do you handle it? And now it's going to be the same thing, So even today, nobody thought we could win this game. It didn't seem like, so except for us. But and talk about it in the national media. But that's okay. But now you're going to start getting some of that. People start, maybe changing the way they view you. Well, are you going to listen to that and let that affect the way you prepare? So to me, that's why this whole week I said this has nothing to do with Michigan. This is about the Indiana Hoosiers and how hard are you willing to work this week? How well you're going to prepare? That's why I use the word elevate. Elevate was our one word. I wanted to elevate this program. I knew beating Michigan would elevate this program status in this country, but we have to do it by elevating our focus every single day, elevating our attention to detail, elevating our effort in practice, elevating our physicality in practice, which is why we had such a physical practice on Wednesday. And to me, that's what had to happen. And our guys responded. And that's what I told them in the locker room. Every time we throw something at them, a challenge at them, they respond. So to me, it was about elevating all those little things. And that's all we talked about all week. It wasn't about Michigan. It was about us elevating our preparation, which in turn I felt would help elevate our performance on game day.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Appreciate you guys. Have an awesome day. Elio.
Thanks, Coach.